When there's no more hope is left in me, I can see what comes my way, and I'm always lost. There's nowhere else to go.
And despite what our government is doing, we have to be wiser than the tactics that they have continued to show us.
So I'm here on City Hall reporting with
book. It's the same script.
Everybody's very conservative in New York. Christopher Wright.
We are reporting here from New York, and we have the Honorable Christopher Wright reporting for New York City.
Thank you, Honorable. I appreciate that.
As you can see the police in the back.
Hey, got the NYPD back to blue.
Yes.
I'm glad to be able to interview with the gentleman. He's been there from the beginning. Ever since I've been doing events and rallies, he's been out there. Mr. Dominique, and I really appreciate your support, brother. Thank you so much, man. You've been a real patriot.
About where we are as a people.
4 years prior to that, now they're saying there's old vaccine mandates. Oh, you got to put the mask on, 1 mask, 2 masks, 3 masks. Well, booster shot, 1 shot, Delta variant, all this nonsense. I looked all through it. I said, I put my glory, I look at God first. God has everything covered, and that's how I always rolled. And I'll march through these streets saying this over and over again, and people come to me and they say, Chris, can you please get out here and get your voice heard? My goal wasn't to come out and do a vaccine mandate rally, because I see my patriots out here already doing it, getting their voices heard, making a strong movement. But people that are in my group, the CRA, the Conservative Republican Alliance, were asking me to do something. So I said, let me stand up and say, I guess it's globalist takeover, because we all know it's what it is, a globalist takeover. Yes. First and foremost. So how we combat this globalist takeover? I'm already building a game plan of grassroots campaigning. We're going to get boots on the ground. And I want to hit all 5 boroughs: Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, Manhattan, everywhere. We're going all through New York City to bring this change. And we got some volunteers, we got some real patriots, and we're going to do it. And we're going to tell people all the time. I told you at the last event, I'm going to tell you again. We got a clean house. We got corrupt politicians in the Democratic Party. We got corrupt politicians in the Republican Party. And we got to go from the root up and get rid of these corrupt politicians with everyday Americans. We, the people, Americans, got to be in the positions of power. Because that's the only way we're going to change these things. Enough of these corrupt elections. We need to focus on election integrity. We need to focus on registering voters. We need to focus on getting people elected in the local state committee positions and the district leader positions. Even after this speech today, I'm going to help out a friend of mine, Vanessa Simone, who's running for a district leader position, a county chairman position, I'm sorry. Because I'm not a man that just speaks words from an ivory tower making commands. I am part of the boots on the ground. I'll be right there fighting by your side. Son of an Army Major veteran, I saw the Berlin Wall fall when I was a little boy years old. When I was in 1991, I saw it, and it changed my entire life. And I never forget that day, watching another country receive freedom. And I always said to myself, I'll always fight for my freedom in my own country, because I never want to see nothing that crazy happening within my own country. And now they're trying to bring that communist nonsense to this country, and I see it coming a mile away. So what I'm here to do is I'm here to alert my fellow Americans that this is a time to fight. Either we fight now, or we're going to lose our freedom forever. The choice is yours, and you guys know where I stand. I went through the Grand Central Station right when this whole pandemic started. And I went in there on rush hour when it was empty by myself. And I was yelling, no mask, no gloves, faith over fear. And people were looking at me on live like, Chris, what's going on? What in the world? I'm like, yes, I'm in rush hour Grand Central. When you ever seen New York look like this? A-train, nobody on the A-train on the way to the city. People were scared, terrified, hiding in their houses. I wasn't hiding nowhere. I said, God's got this covered. I'm going out. I'm running every morning. I'm getting my vitamins in. I'm getting my sunlight that I need. All that's what I need, and I was good to go. No need to get scared. No need to run inside the house. None of that nonsense. One day after I went for a long run, matter of fact, I stopped in front of a hospital, and I did the Film Your Hospital part of that movement. And I said, if we are in a pandemic right now, why are there so many ambulances in front of this hospital? Doing nothing. If we were in the middle of a pandemic and we're really suffering here in New York, these ambulances wouldn't be here relaxing. This would be a situation where the world could see, and it wasn't happening. Trump came and even brought extra supplies, hospital supplies, ventilators, everything for this state, and wasn't even needed. There was all the evidence is there that this was all fake news, this is all nonsense, this is all planned. And like people say, Chris, okay, what are we going to do? I said about the action, the boots on the ground. That's what I'm going to do. But there's things that need to be talked about that everybody's keep asking me about. I got a million phone calls. Chris, what about this Eric Adams, Curtis Silva situation? What's your stance on that? Well, I'm going to speak on that. And I'm going to be honest, I met both men. I know both men. They're both good men. They both have a good history in New York when it comes to fighting against crime in the city. But I'm a realist. And when it comes to politics, you got to be a realist. The first political debate I remember watching was George H. Bush and Bill Clinton. And what I've noticed from that, and what taught me in future debates, in future elections and campaigns, was when you have a candidate, like Ross Perot at that time, which was splitting the vote between the Republican Party, every time that happens, the split vote, those candidates usually in that party lose. And it automatically goes to the person by himself running. So I'm just being a realist, and I'm putting my support behind Curtis Silva because he has the best opportunity to win, and right now we need a winner because we know Eric Adams, he is trash. This guy, where's he hiding? He's doing the Joe Biden style, hiding in the basement. Any man that hides in a basement where a state is going through what they're going through right now, this tyrannical behavior by de Blasio that's going on, this tyrannical takeover, he's hiding in the basement. That's a coward. The man is a coward. I'm never going to back a coward. So I don't even want to question Eric Adams. What's Eric Adams? He's nonsense. His background is nonsense. You look at him when he's a police officer, people talk about his negative, all hear about this guy. So there's no faith to be put in him. He's a puppet. He's just going to push what de Blasio started, which is a communist state, and he's going to flatten New York and try to put an end to this beautiful state. Yep. And we're not going to allow that to happen. So that's why I'm backing Curtis. I don't believe in all his policies, but I believe he has a better chance to win. And we need a Curtis who's going to fight against crime that's happening in New York, who's going to fight against his vaccine mandate. We need to get somebody like that in, and he has the best shot. So that's where I'm going. So I'm letting everybody know. And guess what? The midterms are coming up. And I keep saying it, and I said in my rally, right in the heart of the quarantine, when they painted Black Lives Matter in front of Trump Tower, and I came out there the next day, and why didn't they say nobody can come outside? I came out there with a bunch of my CRA, Conservative Republican Alliance Patriots, and we said, turn New York red. And we had over 300 patriots out there fighting. And that fight is going to continue through the midterms. Yeah. So we're going to get this grassroots teams built, and by the time the midterms come, we're going to have a team in each borough, and we're going to do damage, and we're going to change New York for the better. We the people, we the people will not comply. We the people will not comply. We the people will not comply. We the people will not comply.
We the people will not comply. We the people will not comply. We the people will not comply. We the people will not comply. We the people will not comply. We the people will not comply. We the people will not comply.
Facts, facts, facts. And I also want to close on this note. I mean, when I just think about us American citizens coming united together amongst that red, white, and blue and the stars and stripes, it just brings something out of me that I can't even explain. You know, my dad taught me about military history as a little boy, and it's ingrained in me, in my heart. And I love this country, and I'll do whatever it takes. I'll fight for this country. I'll die for this country. And, you know, Martin Luther King said it best when he did I Have a Dream speech. And this is what I want you guys to remember at the end of the day. Doesn't matter what happens, doesn't matter what kind of crazy mandates or Delta variants they're trying to talk about in the mainstream media. It's just one thing. It's what we got to do as we the people, American citizens of this country. And that's let freedom ring. Let freedom ring. Through all 5 boroughs in New York, let freedom ring. Through all the country, from the west to east, north, south, let freedom ring. And that's all I got to say. God bless everybody out there listening, and God bless the United States of America. Peace out.
I think that's good. Thank you, Chris. Really appreciate you and all your efforts, brother.
Thank you, man.
God bless you, man. We need
no more hope is left in me. I can see what comes my way.